Okay.
Jump in the line, shake your body, drink beer, drink, and drink up everything. Come, let's all unite. Stop the fuss and fight. Do the good you should. To all in your neighborhood. I need a big boots and a bedroom festival. I need a swing and a galley shirt with a justice festival. I need a tourist and all the pretty girls can swing this festival. I need a naughty dress and all the ballet come jump this festival.
Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Hour 106.
Walk into Marjan's Pharmacy and you will feel better. The service is clearly different. Marjan's Pharmacy code 876-703-6335. The time by Marjan's Pharmacy is 2:15.
Isratech Jamaica Limited is excited to announce it has opened a second superstore at our head office in Kendal, Manchester. With this latest expansion, Isratech has branched out to offer a wider variety of products. Everything agriculture, everything water, everything energy and home and garden hardware. Everything for your home, garden and business under one roof. Visit Lot 2, Kendal, Shooters Hill, Mandeville. Call 876-603-3568 or visit Isratech.com.
Tune in to Power 106 FM for Milestones in Nationhood. Short features that examine 60 significant milestones in Jamaica's history and development.
Knowledge is power coming back from the break.
From pre-independence to political independence and the formation of the
and then
society
to
and
me.
people. It all comes together in Milestones in Nationhood. Weekdays, 12:30 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Parents, mix learning and fun this summer with over 25 editions of the Children's Zone on your phone, tablet, or laptop, where your children will have interactive content, lots of features, and the ability to search, all at the same time. Subscribe at jamaica-cleaner.com/premium/Children's Zone. The Children's Zone, where fun learning never ends.
Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Hour 106.
Before God and all mankind, I pledge the love and loyalty of my heart, the wisdom and courage of my mind, the strength and vigor of my body, in the service of my fellow citizens. I promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood, and peace, to work diligently and creatively, to think generously and honestly, so that Jamaica may, under God, increase in beauty, fellowship, and prosperity, and play her part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race.
I'm dreaming of a new Jamaica, a land of peace and love. Some say they cannot see no hope, that's why they keep it now. I know there's hope from here, that's why I wrote this song. So let me give you all the believe in love. As I sing this song, all of the believe in love. As I sing this song, now let's sing la 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 la.
From land of my birth to come sing with me, born Jamaicans, and dance this year festival. All hit festival songs here in Jamaica, and songs 60 years later, in the case of the ones that we had been playing before now, like the Independent Jamaica by Lord Creator, Rise Up, Rise Jamaica, Independence is Here, LT Joe, UNITY, Desmond Decker and the Aces, and so on and so forth. They still hold a lot of reverence and relevance for so many of us in Jamaica and the diaspora. Timeless recordings. And we're happy to have been able once again to share some of these recordings this afternoon. And left up to us, we would recite the national pledge every day, and who knows, that might become routine. It is important that we remind ourselves that we are working in the best interest of, or we should be working in the best interest of Jamaica and Jamaicans, for starters, because the 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 pledge speaks about Jamaica playing her part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race. So, but of course, passing christening picnic first, we start here with Jamaica. Just as we like to repeat what the flight attendants tell us before takeoff with the safety instructions, in the event of an emergency, the thing will open and the mask will drop down. Put on your mask first before helping others. So it's not a bad idea to just reflect on the words of the national pledge if we need any reminder as to what is expected of us as Jamaicans. And especially at a time such as this, there's no time like the present for us to have these reflections. And of course, the debates and the discussions continue. And so you were treated to some of, and still being treated to some of these hit festival songs. And we did recite the national pledge. Now let's get the rest of the program off the ground in terms of our usual observances. Let's remind you that 2021 to 2030 is the International Decade of a Healthy Aging, the International Decade of Ecosystem Restoration, the International Decade of Ocean Science for Sustainable Development, and the Decade of Action for Road Safety. It's the 4th day of the 8th month of 2022. Put another way, it's the 4th day of the 3rd month of the 2022 Atlantic hurricane season. And weather-wise, there's a trough across Jamaica. Remember, when you hear that word trough, think wet weather. And we did experience some wet weather coming to work this afternoon. So a trough is across Jamaica, and that explains the weather, the current conditions. The trough, though, is expected to remain across Jamaica for the next few days. So it's not going to be leaving anytime soon, maybe hanging around for Grand Gala, who knows. And the forecast for this afternoon, isolated showers and thunderstorms mainly across western parishes and hilly areas. Partly cloudy elsewhere, windy and hazy mainly along the south coast. Tonight, partly cloudy. And if you're wondering what to expect, Independence Day and Sunday going into this weekend, well, isolated morning showers across sections of northern parishes, afternoon showers and thunderstorms across sections of central and western parishes. Just look at the map and see where your parish is located. Is it in Cornwall, Middlesex, or Surrey? Eastern, Western, Central, Jamaica? Where's your parish? That will give you an idea of whether the weather will have any implications for you. Other current regional weather features: a tropical wave approaching the Eastern Caribbean. And we trust you found the information useful. Let's look at some of the observances, health-related observances in the United States. Invariably, we take our cue from them when it comes to observances outside of our own. And so the month of August in the US is being observed as Children's Eye Health and Safety Month, Gastroparesis Awareness Month, National Breastfeeding Month, National Immunization Awareness Month, Psoriasis Action Month, and Summer Sun Safety Month. The anniversary of Huancavelica is being celebrated in Peru. It's Coast Guard Day in the USA, Constitution Day in the Cook Islands, Revolution Day in Burkina Faso, and Transfiguration Bank Holiday in El Salvador. Emancipendence Week activities continue here in Jamaica, and we look forward to the rest of the time, hoping that we'll continue to be safe. We are hoping that some of the vitriol will subside, and people will recognize that if they not only if they kill, if they are in the business of killing people, then who are they going to buy from? Where are they going shopping? If we kill off everybody, and those who love to go to dance and session, which dance and session you have ever heard of, where it's just shooting, killing? Is that the session that you want? That's the kind of dance that you want to attend? Well, first of all, if you do that and continue the killings, well, there will be nobody to support your round robin or whatever other event that you have going on, or whatever event is organized. Just think about it. Doesn't make any sense. Don't you want to have some fun with your family? But if you're busy killing other people and other people's family, at some point, based on how things have been going, you're going to have some kind of retribution or revenge. And before you know it, we're all dead. What then when we're all dead? That's it. There's a song that says we've got to live some life before we old. We got to live some life before we're cold. That's a very powerful song, and a timely reminder whenever that song is played. Some of us just don't care. For whatever reason, we have become wedded to a particular behavior, and nothing that our parents can do to talk us out of it, our friends, our colleagues, trying to talk us out of certain behaviors and certain things that some of us have been doing. And some people just haven't been listening at all. It's tough to convince family members, friends, and colleagues who have been converted in a way that sees them beholden to guns and drugs and scamming and all these things. So what we end up with is a den of thieves and murderers and plunderers. Another Sodom and Gomorrah, perhaps. Is that what we want? Nobody wants to have fun anymore. Nobody loves life anymore. People are speeding from one traffic light to another. I saw this yesterday last night in going through New Kingston, from one traffic light to the other. It's a short space, but People want other people to know that the car can make certain noises and that they can stop when they command it to stop. Well, you just continue to hope and pray that it does stop when you try to stop it and doesn't go taking out other people, including the driver. There's just basic common sense things that I don't know what else to say at 60, that we just need to get it together. It's about time. It's about time. But it requires more of us who feel this way to prevail upon the others who feel another way and see if we can't have a reasonable balance. How about that? Other than that, we may as well just go to the nearest cemetery and dig a hole and just get in it and cover ourselves and say good night. I'm just saying, do we really want to live? Do we really love life? Come on, Jamaicans. More in a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:30.
Created for the petroleum industry. HAS Petroleum Equipment and Supplies, providing equipment and parts for petroleum transportation, dispensing, servicing, retrofitting, construction and maintenance of service stations. Your one-stop superstore. Save foreign exchange and time. Shop locally. Visit us at 181 Hagley Park Road or call 876-787-1236. HAS Petroleum Equipment and Supplies, the petroleum industry innovators.
Let alternative power sources solarize your home and office. They supply solar water heaters, solar electric systems, and have attractive packages starting as low as $750,000. Call them at 876-960-4886 or visit them at 4 Strathern Avenue, Kingston 10. Alternative Power Sources, APS, the flag bearers for renewable energy for over 18 years.
Let's do this the way we normally do. Hoy es jueves, el 4 de agosto 2022, y les saludamos en cualquier parte del mundo que nos están escuchando en este momento. Estamos muy agradecidos por la vida y el privilegio de servirles en otra edición. Both sides of the story, ambos lados de la historia. Nunca vamos a tomar su audiencia por sentado, porque sabemos que ustedes tienen otras opciones. Y esta es la razón por la cual jamás olvidamos darle las gracias por elegir both sides of the story, ambos lados de la historia, de lunes a viernes desde las 2 hasta las 5 de la tarde, aquí en Power 106 FM. La misión continua para educar, capacitar, iluminar y estimular el espíritu empresarial. Bienvenidos. C'est jeudi le 4 août 2022 et nous vous saluons tous qui nous écoutez où que vous soyez dans le monde. Nous sommes reconnaissants du don de la vie ainsi que du privilège d'être à votre service par une nouvelle édition de votre programme Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre. Nous ne considérons pas votre fidélité comme l'un de soi parce que nous savons que vous avez l'embarras du choix. C'est pourquoi nous n'oublions jamais de vous remercier de choisir d'écouter Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre, du lundi au vendredi de 2h à 5h de l'après-midi sur notre antenne Power 106 FM. Nous continuons notre mission d'éduquer, d'habiliter, d'éclairer et d'encourager l'esprit d'entreprise. Bienvenue. All we're saying is it's Thursday, the 4th of August, 2022, and we greet you well Wherever in the world you are listening to us right now, we remain eternally grateful for the gift of life and the privilege to serve you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story. We don't ever take your listenership for granted because we know you have choices, and that's why we can never and ever forget to remember to say thanks for choosing to listen to both sides of the story, Monday to Friday, 2 to 5, right here on Power 106 FM. The mission continues to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Welcome.
I hear some people say they are going away. But if I even leave, I won't be going away to stay. I'm a part of Jamaica.
Good afternoon to those of you listening to us on 106.1, 106.3, 106.5, 106.7, and 106.9. From Moran Point to Negril Point, from the Goat Islands to Galena Point. This is Power 106 FM, serving Jamaica and the diaspora. Hello to those tuned in via the Power 106 FM app, which you have downloaded from the App Store or the Google Play Store. Depending on the nature of the device, downloading is free, listening is free, whenever, wherever. We acknowledge those who have dialed a designated number to listen to Power 106 FM from the United States or the United Kingdom. Those in the US who wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM can call 631 359 8281. 631 359 8281. If you're in the United Kingdom and you wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM, your number is 0330 606 0953, 0330 606 0953. We're streaming live video on the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page. We're also live on YouTube. If you're not there yet, on Facebook, in the search box atop the page, type DERVAN MALCOLM. And if you are on YouTube, well, you're good to go. You don't need to have an account to access YouTube. All you need is a smart device or a not so smart device. Open a browser like Google Chrome, start typing YouTube, and the box will populate before you even finish typing the word YouTube. And you should be able, if you're not seeing this video trending, if you're doing it now and not seeing this video trending, then in the YouTube search box, type DERVAN MALCOLM, and you'll be directed to the Dervan Malcolm YouTube channel. Thank you very much for your listenership and support. And we're looking forward to your calls, your feedback, your thoughts, your ideas, your suggestions, your criticisms, whatever is on your mind. Please feel free to share. The numbers to call 876-922-4112, 876-922-4113, 876-922-4114, and 876-922-4115. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can call us on WhatsApp as well. And that number is 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. What's on your mind this afternoon? Please share. In the meantime, let's greet those of you who are already on board with us on both sides of the story, Power 106 FM. Ricardo is already on board. Let's check what's popping, as they say, on WhatsApp. Let's see what's up on WhatsApp in just a moment. And in terms of some of the other activities that will be happening, it's a lot to share, and I think we have a calendar somewhere here that we can bring up with all that information. Let's see if it is up to date. But a lot has happened, and there's a lot more to come. Apparently, the reality of life is, as with any stage with respect to our age, there is no repeat. There is no repeat. When you turn 5, that's the only time you'll be 5, when you're 5. When you get to 10, it's only one time that you get to be 10 years old. 20, 30, 40, 50, you get the picture. 60, that's just a fact of life. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Just do what we can while we can for whomever we can until we can't. Mellow-go-round went well yesterday, the 3rd of August. And before that, they had the old school dance hall. Before that, Jamaica Festival Queen Coronation show. And also on that same day, the 1st of August, there was the August morning market. Today, this evening, in fact, at 8 o'clock, there will be the Jamaica 60 Gospel Concert. The Jamaica 60 Gospel Concert at 8 o'clock this evening. And these events will be live all over. But in terms of the physical space, it's going to be at the Jamaica 60 Independence Village, which is right across from on the same property as the National Indoor Sports Center, the Jamaica 60 Independence Village. And then on Friday night, that's tomorrow or tomorrow evening, the 5th of August, Independence Watch Night in the village. And then Saturday, the 6th of August, Independence Morning Market. And the spirit, a reminder that the Spirit of Independence campaign is on. This is where you decorate in the national colors. You decorate your business place, your mall, whatever, wherever there's a business operating. Show your black, green, and gold. That's the Spirit of Independence campaign. And there will be the Jamaica 60 Grand Gala at the National Stadium. It starts at 6 Saturday evening. And then 3 hours or so from that time, the Jamaica 60 Independence Street Dance island-wide will kick in. And there will also be the Jamaica 60 Western Gala at Harmony Beach Park in Montego Bay. So those are the events still to come as far as the celebration of Jamaica 60 is concerned. There are some people who tell you that they don't celebrate certain things or they don't celebrate birthday. There are some people who will tell you that. Well, it's just another day. All right, if that is how you see it, but I would like to think it's a little more than that. And there is a place for symbolism. There is. Let's get on with it here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112 to 5, 876-922-4112 to 5. The text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. A lot has happened over the last 24 to 48 hours as far as news is concerned in Jamaica. There's a story of a St. James mother saying that she has been left confused after the police issued a missing person advisory for her twin children. Today, the police's information arm, the corporate communications unit, reported that the children were missing. A St. James mother says she has been left confused after the police issued a missing person advisory for her twin children. Yesterday, the police's information arm, the Corporate Communications Unit, CCU, reported that the children were missing since June 14 and that they were last seen at home. That's when they were last seen at home. It was also stated that all attempts to locate them had failed. But Rakisha Lewis today told the Gleaner that her children had been in her care and she did not know how they came to be reported missing. She insisted that her children were never missing. According to the mother, her children have become fearful, arising from their names and images being in the public domain. The mother and her children visited the Montego Hills police station this morning, where statements were taken from her regarding their whereabouts. The children live with their mother in Norwood. Their father, Lewis, is believed to be living in St. Elizabeth. Head of the Montego Hills Police Station, Sergeant Bruce Walker, told the Gleaner this morning that having made checks in the station's records and realizing there were no reports of children gone missing, he was not aware of the matter when he was alerted of the CCU press release. What a thing.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:45.
The Jamaica 60 Independence Village goes gospel this Thursday, August 4, with Jamaica Praise. The Jamaica 60 Gospel Concert, night to sing and praise with gospel's leading lights: Kevin Downswell, Rhoda Isabella, Sister Pat, Kukudu, Carlene Davis, Jai Kingston, and many, many more. Jamaica Praise, the Jamaica 60 Gospel Concert, 8 p.m. inside the Jamaica 60 Independence Village Stadium Complex. Admission is free. Come and be blessed.
Enamel mugs, gigs, and jacks are back again. Dust off the memories of your favorite all-time sin thing with the Gleaner as we celebrate Jamaica 60. Purchase a copy of the Gleaner on Friday, August 5 for our special feature, All-Time Sin Thing, and take a refreshing walk down memory lane. The Gleaner, where life unfolds.
Just to complete the story, the children and their mother were taken to the police station where a statement was taken from them. The police said, based on other findings, they have realized that the Child Protection and Family Services Agency, CPFSA, had an interest in the children. A matter, he said, was before the family court yesterday, but the court was unable to reach the mother. It's not clear if the CPFSA had sent out the information. Oh dear. Well, whatever it is, that's not a good thing that has happened. And we all need to be more careful and conscious. Let's continue with more on your program, both sides of the story, here on Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaner's website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. The World Under 20 Championships, also featured by the Gleaner, and the US to declare health emergency over monkeypox outbreak. Gunman fatally shot by police in Central Village is another story. And we'll continue to monitor the pages of the Gleaner online. That's jamaica-gleaner.com, and keep you posted as the program progresses. Good afternoon to Ricardo and Inez Iona Campbell. Thank you very much for joining us. Welcome. All the very best. All right, let's go to WhatsApp now, where the messages are, to borrow from a song, full and running over. My cup is full and running over. All right, here we go. Some of your messages, since these days a lot more of our listeners prefer to write to us rather than to call in, which is fine. Whatever they choose to do, as long as they use up the platforms that are available for them to communicate with us, we have no issues with that. No issues with that. All right. So let's clear some of these messages now. Beresford has shared with us, looks like an interview with a World War II Commonwealth baton bearer. And this one says, Dear Mr. Malcolm, who is this now? This is Annie. All right, let's read what Annie is saying. Annie Brown. Here we go. Annie Brown says, Dear Mr. Malcolm, the authorities have found dead fish in the Rio Cobre. Maybe it is not chemical spillage. It could be sharks, sea serpents, giant alligators, mermaids, etc. So they have to be careful how they go into the river to investigate it. Here is the article dated August 5, 2022, Jamaica Observer, St. Catherine, Jamaica. August 5. August 5 is tomorrow, isn't it? The St. Catherine Health Department is warning people to be careful where they purchase fish, adding that fish from Rio Cobre area should not be eaten following a release of industrial waste into tributaries connected to the river on Sunday. The health department said the discharge reached and contaminated the Rio Cobre, and different types of dead fish have been seen floating in the river at different sections in the water, including at Kent Village, Flatbridge, Damhead, and other points along the river. And the story goes on. I think we talked about this yesterday. The fact that the entities, the agencies of the state set up to deal with these matters need to just do what they need to do. We can't have this repeated situation of the pollution of our waterways, our rivers, and our streams, etc. And those who engage in irresponsible or negligent behavior should be made to pay. We're being reminded by the Manchester Parish Library on Main Street in Mandeville, Manchester, that in association with Opio Yo Asante, they're hosting a Jamaica 60 art exhibition commemorating Jamaica 60. The exhibition runs from August 1st to 31st in the adult library. The opening hours, Monday to Thursday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Friday, 9 to 4, Saturday, 9 to 3. And that's from Horace in Newport, Manchester. We hope you get the support for your exhibition. Elsie Law says, I'm back in Jamaica, just tried to call. Elsie Law, who is this again? All right, we'll figure this one out. Yes, we're seeing now. We can see clearly now. We'll respond to that message off air. James in East London has shared with us the usual collection of stories out of the UK. police officer who stole from Manchester Piccadilly Sainsbury's quits force before he could be sacked. So before they could fire him for stealing from Manchester's Piccadilly Sainsbury's, he quit. There's a story of a one-legged disabled man, 93, dead after being tasered by police in care home. Oh dear, that's the best that could have been done in terms of what about de-escalating the situation? Oh dear. A politician and his wife who are accused of a plot to harvest a man's kidney after he had been flown from Nigeria to the UK are due to stand trial in May next year. Just a handful of stories this afternoon from James in East London. Hello to Miss June in Norway. She says, good evening. Well, it's afternoon, still afternoon here in Jamaica, Lady June. She says, I listen and I enjoy all of the songs. Bring me back some good memories of my Jamaica, she says. Happy to have been able to help you in that regard, Miss June. Another one, good afternoon, Dervan, great show, and I listen whenever I get the chance. Just to say that I'm hoping that Jamaica 60 will be well remembered with all the various activities to help us celebrate our independence. Looking forward to the grand gala at the National Stadium. Please play for me my favorite festival song, Cherry O Baby. This is Riley from Kingston. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, Riley from Kingston. I don't know how replete our music collection is, but Cherry O Baby, Eric Donaldson, it should be in the system. If not, well, perhaps a word with the library. And here is Travis. It's been a while since we have heard from Travis in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. He says, hello, Dervan and the Both Sides family. Happy Emancipendence, Jamaica. I have a concern on local government. For decades, Kingston and Montego Bay are the only two major commercial areas that have been granted city status, with the exception of Portmore, which became a municipality in 2003. Negligence, I think, has been placed on uplifting and upgrading other major towns to cities. Spanish Town, Maypen, Mandeville, and Ocho Rios have long passed the requirements for becoming cities. We need to hear from the Prime Minister and the Minister of Local Government on this matter. If I can remember, I've never heard these officials on this program. Would love to hear more about this. And that's Travis in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Thank you very much, Travis in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, for your message. Good to hear from you after a long layoff. Hope all is well with you and yours. Nico Don says, good afternoon, sir. Today is my birthday. Happy birthday to you, Nico Don. Happy birthday, and all the very best to all the others who are celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday. Here's another message. Greetings, Brother Dervan from Uganda, locked and listening. Well, well, well. It's good to hear from you all the way from Uganda. Let's see if we can make a connection here. Let's see if we can hear from our brother in Uganda. Let's see if we can hear from our brother in Uganda. Who is this in Uganda messaging us? Let's see if we can find out. What time is it in Uganda right now? Let's see if we can connect. Or maybe he or she wants to remain incognito, perhaps. But it's almost 11 o'clock in the night in Uganda right now. All right. Well, guess this person just wants to say hi, but that's fine. No problem. Locked and listening in Uganda. Good. Thank you very much for tuning in, and hello to all the other Jamaicans and friends of Jamaica in Uganda. So Miss June says she wants to hear Cherry O Baby. Uh, Miss June, right after the break, perhaps. Let's do that right after the break. After all, it's Emancipendence time, and so you can get almost everything that you want. Almost, almost, almost. All right, a couple of nuggets for you before we take the break. What time is it? Almost there for the break. All right, let's share a quick one. No, let's go to the break and come back. It's going to happen.
Coast to Coast Concrete, the high quality concrete for fencing, roofing, foundation, and road surfacing. Call 876 754 7472. The time by Coast to Coast Concrete is
3 o'clock.
The Jamaica 60 Independence Village goes gospel this Thursday, August 4 with Jamaica Praise. The Jamaica 60 Gospel Concert, night to sing and praise with gospel's leading lights. Kevin Downswell, Rhoda Isabella, Sister Pat, Kukudu, Carlene Davis, Jai Kingston, and many, many more. Jamaica Praise, the Jamaica 60 Gospel Concert this Thursday, August 4, 8 p.m. inside the Jamaica 60 Independence Village National Stadium Complex. Admission is free. Come and be blessed.
Farmers. Come for a candid conversation with the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, the Honorable Pernell Charles Jr. Learn more about the agricultural sector and the role we all play with its development. That's a Morning with the Minister, every second and fourth Friday of every month during Farm Talk with Alfie McKenzie, right here on Power 106 FM.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on both sides of the story. Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world, taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Hello. And person not tired of holding. Hello, good afternoon. That person got tired of holding. Sorry about that. Let's move on. Let's move right along. There's a significant thing that happened on this day in 1735. 1735, which essentially, well, let's tell you the story. Freedom of the press was established with an acquittal of John Peter Zenger. Freedom of the press was established with an acquittal of John Peter Zenger, Zenger. The writer of the New York Weekly Journal, that's John Peter Zenger, had been charged with seditious libel by the royal governor of New York. The jury said the truth was not libelous. The truth was not libelous. That's one of my favorite quotations as well, especially in the field of broadcasting. If you're speaking the truth, you have nothing to worry about, nothing to fear. The truth is not libelous. Not your opinion. The truth is not libelous. That's what the jury said. Freedom of the press was established on this day in 1735 with an acquittal of John Peter Zenger, the writer of the New York Weekly Journal, who had been charged with seditious libel by the royal governor of New York, the jury said that the truth was not libelous. The truth was not libelous. There's another quotation that I like, and it says, "A cantankerous press, an obstinate press, a ubiquitous press must be suffered by those in authority in order to preserve the even greater values of freedom of expression and the right of the people to know." Once again, and this quotation is from the jurist Murray Gurfein, Murray Gurfein, 1971. Murray Gurfein, a jurist, said, "A cantankerous press, an obstinate press, a ubiquitous press must be suffered by those in authority in order to preserve the even greater values of freedom of expression and the right of the people to know." So I had to share that one this afternoon here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Let's give Miss June her song that she requested. Please, Cherry O Baby, Eric Donaldson.
Cherry, oh baby, don't you know I'm in need of thee? If you don't believe it's true, what have you left for me to do? So long I've been waiting for you to come right in. And now that we are together, make all my joys come over. Cherry, oh baby, can't you see I'm in love with you? Then why don't you mind me? I will never let you down. I will never make you wear no frown. If you say that you love me madly, oh babe, I will accept you, babe. Oh, 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 oh. Cherry, oh baby, can't you see I'm in love with you? If you don't believe I do, then why don't you try me? I will never let you down. I will never make you wear no frown. If you say that you love me madly, well babe, I will accept you gladly.
Hope you enjoyed that, Miss June in Oslo, Norway. Trust you enjoyed your selection. A couple of significant happenings 60 years ago. 60 years ago, that Alvin Marriott statue of an athlete at the National Stadium was unveiled on this day in 1962. That Alvin Marriott statue of an athlete at the National Stadium was unveiled on this day in 1962. The statue was modeled from a photograph of Arthur Wint. Arthur Wint was the first Jamaican to win an Olympic medal, and not just an Olympic medal, but an Olympic gold medal. The great Arthur Wint, the first to win gold for Jamaica. And so the statue, the original statue, there are now other statues there, but the lone statue that was initially mounted at the National Stadium in Independence Park was modeled from a photograph of Arthur Wint moving out of the starting blocks, and obviously was mounted on a plinth in front of the National Stadium. It was actually mounted on July 9, 1962, but it was covered by canvas until it was unveiled by Princess Margaret on this day in 1962. Also in 1962, on this day, Bunny Grant presented Jamaica with an independence gift when he defeated Welshman Dave Charnley of England at the new National Stadium in Kingston to win the Commonwealth lightweight professional boxing title. Also on this day, 60 years ago, the National Stadium was officially declared open by Her Royal Highness the Princess Margaret on this day in 1962. The Minister of Development and Welfare and Culture, the Honorable Edward Siaga, before inviting the Princess to declare the stadium open, asked her to accept a commemorative gold medal to mark the occasion. The medal was presented by Mr. Herbert MacDonald, chairman of the National Sports Limited. His name lives on in the MacDonald Tunnel at the National Stadium. That's the person whose name is associated with the MacDonald Tunnel at the National Stadium, Mr. Herbert MacDonald, chairman of National Sports Limited at the time. Today, the National Stadium still seats about 30,000 people comfortably and boasts a Class 1 certification for the Regupol track, which was handed over on the 5th of May 2011 to Independence Park Limited, IPL, by BSW, the German company which laid the blue running surface. The track cost the government $72 million. The certificate, which was issued on April 28, said the track meets all the technical requirements for IAAF Rule 140. Class 1 certification makes the track worthy of hosting IAAF international athletics meetings. For example, World Athletics meetings, Olympic Games, and area permit meetings. The grass football field was raised by 44 millimeters so that a new base could be laid for the track. 20 local laborers worked with 2 crews from BSW working round the clock. The original Mundo track was laid ahead of the 2002 IAAF World Junior Championships, and we have fond memories having covered that event at the National Stadium with Debbie Tyson, who used to work at Power 106 many years ago. And yeah, we remember that. Here's another significant bit of Jamaican history. Television broadcasting began in Jamaica on this day in 1963. For those who now take television for granted, that's where we're coming from. Television broadcasting began in Jamaica on this day in 1963 when the Jamaica Broadcasting Corporation went on air. It was a Sunday evening, and just 7 months after negotiations were concluded by the government for the Jamaican Broadcasting Corporation to establish the service. Witnessing the opening ceremony was a packed JBC studio, of dignitaries of church and state, headed by their excellencies, the Governor General, Sir Clifford Campbell, who addressed the gathering, and Lady Campbell. The service was declared open by the Prime Minister, the Honorable Sir Alexander Bustamante, who expressed the hope that it would grow from strength to strength as it discharged its duty for the welfare of the community of disseminating news, providing wholesome entertainment, and through its educational programs, serving the best interest of this new nation at the time in 1962, this new nation, Jamaica. The ceremony was also marked by the receipt of a message from Her Royal Highness Princess Margaret, and that's why we have a Princess Margaret Hospital named in her honor. Same thing with Jubilee, named in honor of, I think it was Queen Victoria's Jubilee, hence Victoria Jubilee Hospital. One moment, please.
Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Power 106.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:15.
Isratech Jamaica Limited is excited to announce it has opened its second superstore at our head office in Kendal, Manchester. With this latest expansion, Isratech has branched out to offer a wider variety of products. Everything agriculture, everything water, everything energy and home and garden hardware, everything for your home, garden and business under one roof. Visit Lot 2, Kendall Shooters Hill, Mandeville. Call 876-603-3568 or visit isratech.com.
You are an exporter, helping to elevate the face of our international trade. But in order to do that, and all the other tasks on your list, you need someone that understands you. We know that finding adequate collateral as a SME can sometimes be challenging, which is why we've partnered with our friends at GMB to bring you the Exim Expert Guarantee to give you that extra collateral support where you may need it. Call Exim Bank to find out more about the Exim Expert Guarantee. Exim Bank. By helping businesses, we save lives and livelihood.
The Jamaica 60 Independence Village Go Thursday, August 4, with Jamaica Praise. The Jamaica 60 Gospel Concert, night to sing and praise with gospel's leading lights. Kevin Downswell, Rhoda Isabella, Sister Pat, Kukudu, Carlene Davis, Jai Kingston, and many, many more. Jamaica Praise. The Jamaica 60 Gospel Concert this Thursday, August 4, 8 p.m. inside the Jamaica 60 Independence Village National Stadium Complex. Admission is free. Come and be blessed.
Under the Law helps you to know your rights and how the laws can help you defend those rights. We've been doing it for 50 years, and that's right. The program is brought to you on Wednesdays by the Bank of Jamaica, building an inclusive economy. Under the Law at 6:45 and 8:55 a.m. and at 4 and 9:55 p.m. Wednesdays on Power 106 FM.
Before the break, we were sharing with you the history of television broadcasting in Jamaica. Television broadcasting began in Jamaica on this day in 1963. And in fact, ground was broken for the television studio buildings at 5 South Odeon Avenue. That's where you'll now find PBCJ, the Public Broadcasting Corporation of Jamaica. That's where this JBC TV was originally broadcasting from. And ground was broken for the television studio buildings at 5 South Odeon Avenue by the then Prime Minister, Sir Alexander Bustamante, on the 31st of January, 1963. The corporation was officially awarded an exclusive television broadcasting, let's get that right, an exclusive commercial television broadcasting license on the 15th of July, 1963 for a 10-year period. The main engineering, planning, and equipment ordering was not started until early 1963, when, it was obvious that considerable effort would be required to establish a reasonable installation in time for the opening date, which had been set for the 5th of August, 1963. Test transmissions were carried out from Studio 3 of the Radio Center for a few months, and the first person to be televised in Jamaica, the first person to be seen on TV in Jamaica, was Mrs. Joyce Fisher. Mrs. Joyce Fisher was the first person to ever be seen on Jamaican television. The first person to be televised in Jamaica was Mrs. Joyce Fisher, an employee who was seen on TV screens on test transmissions in June 1963. The staff worked round the clock at an accelerated pace to make the service a reality, and in doing so, achieved a world record. Never before was a television service established in such a short time, from the signing of the agreement between the government, the JBC, and the consortium, to the building of studios, the acquisition of equipment, and the first transmission on this day in 1963. That's another of the history for you. Also, His Royal Highness Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, opened the 8th British Empire and Commonwealth Games, now known simply as the Commonwealth Games. In fact, the Commonwealth Games are on now in Birmingham, in England. So His Royal Highness Prince Philip opened the Commonwealth Games on this day in 1966 at the National Stadium. His Royal Highness had arrived in Jamaica on August 3 with his 2 elder children, Prince Charles and Princess Anne. The Duke read the Queen's message to the Games at a colorful opening ceremony in the National Stadium. A total of 1,500 athletes from 35 Commonwealth countries competed in the Games, which ended on August 13. So that's another piece of Jamaican history for you. And here is another. The first national award of the prestigious Order of Merit went to Professor Michael G. Smith. This award was to be given to Jamaicans who had achieved international distinction in the fields of science, the arts, literature, and other endeavors. Professor Smith had been awarded this order for his work in social anthropology. G. Arthur Brown, Governor of the Bank of Jamaica, and Kenneth Smith, Chief Justice, were awarded the Order of Jamaica. That was 1973 here in Jamaica. In 1974, Kingston's Mayor, Ralph Brown, announced that Dorado Drive was to be renamed Donald Quarry Drive in honor of the world 200-meter record holder, Donald Quarry, who lived with his family at 23 Dorado Drive. So Dorado Drive was renamed Donald Quarry Drive in honor of the world 200-meter record holder Donald Quarry, who lived with his family at 23 Dorado Drive. The first Jamaica Festival Queen was 23-year-old Lydia Malcolm, a teacher from Clarendon, at the Jamaica Festival Queen contest at the National Arena. Merva Grier of Kingston and Pamela Alvaranga of St. Elizabeth placed second and third. We should tell you that Pamela Alvaranga eventually became Dr. Pamela Powell, and she was coordinator for special projects at the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission in recent history. There's a lot more. Let's see. Prime Minister Michael Manley announced that the Cuban government had agreed to send specialists in water engineering and irrigation to Jamaica to give technical assistance with the establishment of microdams, which will store water in times of drought to help farmers. Whatever became of that project, the establishment of microdams? Does anybody know? The 1991 National Festival Queen was 21-year-old Carleen Kelly of Manchester. And she was, for those who watched the Festival Queen show, you would have seen Carleen Kelly because her daughter won the Festival Queen competition last year. I think it's the first mother-daughter pair to have won the Festival Queen competition. First runner-up was Beverly Powell, Miss St. Catherine, while Barbara Brown, Miss Kingston and St. Andrew, was second runner-up. After 16 days and 271 events, the biggest ever Summer Olympics ended in Atlanta, Georgia, on this day in 1996. On this day in 1997, Sandy Richards gave Jamaica a fine Independence Day present. In 1997, when she won the silver medal in the women's 400-meter final at the World Athletics Championships in Athens, Greece. It was Jamaica's first medal of the meet. The winning time was 49.77 seconds, with Richards getting second in a personal best 49.79. It was her first clocking below 50 seconds. 1999, more than 500 workers employed to Gitano of Jamaica were informed that they would lose their jobs this week. Gitano of Jamaica was an apparel company in the Garmex Free Zone on Marcus Garvey Drive. The decision to close the Jamaican operations was made by Gitano's parent company, the world-famous Fruit of the Loom. Exactly 539 workers lost their jobs. The company's operations were shifted to Mexico. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Who is this now? We see a call coming through from 718. Is that New York, I think? Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, Mr. Michael, how are you doing?
I am fine, thanks. And you?
I'm fine, thank you. Well, I'm actually in Jamaica right now.
Welcome home.
Yes, definitely. I have a little, I wouldn't say a little problem, a big problem.
Is it possible to take, can you take the phone off speaker, please, so we can hear you better, because all we're getting is ambience, which is your environment. We're hearing more of your environment than you.
I'm not on speaker.
Well,
okay,
this
I
is...
was asking you if you know the cost to acquire a TRN number.
I don't even think there's a cost. I think it's free.
I don't think so. I think so too, because when I get my TRN number, it was like maybe 20 years ago, and I get it 1, 2, 3. But now I'm in Jamaica and I try to obtain a TRN number from my two sons who live in America. Because I'm doing some business and I want to add them to it, and they need the TRN number. So when I call and get some information, they say they could write a letter, get it notarized, and to give me permission to apply for the TRN. So I bring them all those papers. And when I go to the TRN office, I reach up to the front, they signed the line for nearly 2 hours, and I reach up, they say, oh no, they don't use copy, they need the original paper. So I said, wow. So probably I'm leaving Monday. So probably have to go on when I come back, I do that. And then the business that I'm doing, they need a TRN number like yesterday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. The lady who and go to the supervisor, and the supervisor, no, they're not doing it with that paperwork. How do you believe me? Would you believe me? That same lady said to me that the guys them outside do it, but you got to pay them. Okay. I said, but the paper no good. You said the paper no good. You show them the paper, so how are they gonna do it? And she said they know how to do it. Okay, nevertheless, she gave me the guy number, and I call the guy. When I call the guy say he's outside, and he tell me what color shirt he have on, so I could easily identify him. He see me coming on my phone, and then he make a wave, and I said, okay. Then I go up to him and I say, well, they told me that you can get this thing sorted out for me.
One moment, please. Complete the story after the break, please. One moment.
Protecting Jamaica's borders from illicit imports and exports is a key priority for the Jamaica Customs Agency. The JCA will remain vigilant and resolute in effectively fulfilling this mandate. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is 3:13. Need help in your time of bereavement? Anthony Brown Funeral Home offers complete funeral arrangements, both here and overseas, including storage, caskets, embalming, bike escort services, and 24-hour night service. Anthony Brown Funeral Home, 17 Milford Road, Ocherias, 876-974-2071 or 876-974-6135.
Save prescription, cosmetics, gift items, toiletries, and stationery at Biomed Pharmacy, 4 St. Hilda's Drive, Brownstown, 917-8464, and Main Street, Gale St. Mary, 975-8275. Biomed Pharmacy, for the service you expect, plus more.
The Jamaica 60 Independence Village goes gospel this Thursday, August 4th. Jamaica Praise, the Jamaica 60 Gospel Concert, night to sing and praise with gospel's leading lights, Kevin Downswell, Rhoda Isabella, Sister Pat, Kukudu, Carlene Davis, Jai Kingston, and many, many more. Jamaica Praise, the Jamaica 60 Gospel Concert this Thursday, August 4, 8 p.m. inside the Jamaica 60 Independence Village National Stadium Complex. Admission is free. Come and be blessed.
Tune in to Power 106 FM for Milestones in Nationhood. Short features that examine 60 significant milestones in Jamaica's history and development as Jamaica celebrates 60 years of independence, from pre-independence to political independence and the formation of the Jamaican society and people. It all comes together in Milestones in Nationhood, weekdays 12:30 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Yes, sir. So the fellow waved to you on the outside.
Right. So when I approached him, he said, yes, he can take care of that. So I said to him, they told me inside that the people are not good because they're not original people. They need you. He said to me, don't worry about that. But the only thing is, he's going to cost you. So I said, well, how much is going to cost? He's like, it's going to cost me $30,000.
Why?
I said,
$30,000 for a free TRN. Whoa.
Yes. So I said, I never bargained for that. And then he said, oh, you're coming from foreign, so is that for it? So so then he turned to me and said to me, how much you can pay? And I said to him then, probably I'll give you 5,000 each. He said, no. The least he could take is 10,000 each.
That's what 10,000 for himself and the woman.
10,000 is two here, and I'm looking for her now.
Sorry, got you.
30,000 to the both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So then he turned to me and said, how much do I think I can pay? So I said, the most we could have paid is $5,000.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, no, I'm not going to leave for $5,000. So I said, what is going on? Because as far as I know, TRN is supposed to be free, but I don't mind paying something, you know what I mean? But the $30,000, they're really stiff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now, how can they stop these things from going on?
Well, you can stop it by reporting it.
So who should I report this to now?
To a supervisor at the tax office, wherever you went. Report it to the supervisor. Tell the supervisor what happened.
You never know, Mr. Malcolm, probably the supervisor in on it too. You never know.
Well, if that is the case, then you need to go higher.
Because, she said to me, the girl said to me, she could probably do it, but because she already showed it to the supervisor, and the supervisor turned it down, then she can't do it again. She has to just let the guy them outside do it. But the main thing, as I was saying, if the paper no good, no guys outside supposed to be able to fix it.
Right.
Yeah, so all these things now, it's not good.
Yeah, well, the key thing, somebody of a higher standard has to know that this has happened or is happening, so that something can be done to deal with those who are making a fortune off the backs of taxpayers.
Yeah, right. I'm very disappointed in what's going on because, as I said, I know TRN is supposed to be free, but like I said,
so what did you do? Did you just say forget it, or did you pay something?
That's what I did. No, I said forget it. Forget it. And I went to my attorney, and my attorney said, okay, just send the paper to him. She will get it done for me. Yeah, somebody that you know too.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah. Yes. So that's what's up. I just have to wait a little longer to get it, but I'm not gonna do that.
Excellent.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for sharing your story.
Yes.
All the best.
Okay. And I'm enjoying
Jamaica. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We're sure you would be. All right. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's another of the hundreds and perhaps even thousands of Jamaicans who are home for the holidays. There are a lot of Jamaicans have come home for Emancipendence. Welcome home if you're one of them. And please be careful and be mindful and thoughtful as you do business in Jamaica, whether public sector or private sector. Be mindful and be careful. And let's see. There's some more. Oh, we see Asha. Ash, good to see you. Sorry we weren't able to onboard you, so to speak, as the expression goes. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Sorry about that, but it's good to have you on board this afternoon. Thank you very much. Our colleague Vivette Malcolm was asking, couldn't he ask a JP in Jamaica to sign his documents for the TRN? Well, he asked his lawyer, and Vivette Malcolm says this method is corruption. Indeed, that's what it is. But you see, we generally tend to look at the politicians who are far from being perfect. But it's very easy to look at the politicians and say, this one or that one is corrupt. But when it comes to us as individuals, we just see it as doing a little. Thank you very much, Vivette Malcolm, for your input. All the very best. Let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story. Poro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112 to 5. 922-411-225. The text line, same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can call us on WhatsApp as well. That number is 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. Let's give you some more of the history. Where shall we go? Let's go to 2004. On this day in 2004, the Minister of Finance and Planning, Dr. Omar Davies, rejected the proposals for amendments to the tax system contained in the draft social partnership agreement developed by the private sector-led Partnership for Progress. Minister Davies told the Gleaner that the government would not be willing to consider the partnership's draft proposals, which included the raising of the tax threshold from 120,432 to 160,568, as well as an increase of general consumption tax, GCT, to 18% at the ports. Dr. Davies said the government would await the report of the 12-member Tax Policy Review Committee, chaired by businessman Joseph M. Matalon. Whatever became of that tax policy review? Still in 2004, the Gleaner reported a drop in crime on this day in 2004. The Gleaner reported a drop in crime on this day in 2004. According to the Gleaner, the past 2 weeks in Jamaica have been less bloody than usual, as the incidence of murders took a significant nosedive from a weekly figure of 42 murders 6 weeks prior to 18 last week and 19 a fortnight ago. Although, as at August 3, 2004, Jamaica's murder toll, as at August 3, 2004, stood at nearly 800, the halving of the weekly murder rate over the past month and a half should come as a welcome relief to law enforcers and government officials who are fast losing the confidence of the public to arrest the country's spiraling crime rate. That was 2004 in Jamaica, and we continue to grapple in 2022 with crime and violence. In 2008, on this day, gas station stakeholders labeled as unrealistic a government decision announced by Prime Minister Bruce Golding to make it mandatory for motor vehicle fuel to include 10% ethanol by September 2008. Mr. Golding made the announcement on Sunday, August 3, 2008, while addressing the Denby Agricultural and Industrial Show in Clarendon for the first time as Prime Minister. 2013, the headline in the Gleaner was, "Hello, they are bugging phones but won't tell. State agencies in Jamaica are listening to private phone calls, but nobody will say who are the targets or how often calls are intercepted." The deafening silence comes at a time when Barack Obama administration in the United States has admitted that it can read and store the phone records of millions of Americans. Another story was crooked cops, several motor vehicles stolen from police stations. Remember that one? How about 2014? FBI-style agency. Bad news for crooks, Bunting threatens. The Jamaican government is set to announce today, listen to this is 2014, FBI-style agency. Bad news for crooks, Bunting threatens. The Jamaican government is set to announce today a seismic shakeup of the country's law enforcement landscape with the creation of what insiders have described as an FBI-styled National Crime Fighting Agency. National Security Minister Peter Bunting, who is expected to make the announcement at a press conference at the Police Officers Club, was tight-lipped about how the new anti-crime apparatus would work. Unsafe holster triggers mad shooting spree in halfway tree. Do you remember this one? Unsafe holster triggers mad shooting spree in halfway tree. The police constable who was reportedly disarmed of his firearm by a man believed to be of unsound mind in halfway tree, St. Andrew, yesterday, was not using one of the standard regulation holsters for the Glock pistols, investigators have revealed. Instead, one investigator revealed the policeman was using a holster that could not properly secure his service weapon. What a thing. The more things change, the more they remain the same. 2015, relief, no new water restrictions, says NWC. U.S. Deputy Data Chief pours cold water on Cybercrimes Act. 2016, the headline, Rethink Coal Plan. Environmentalists decry Nain plant proposal. Government official also wary. Jamaica will pay dearly in terms of the health of its people and the environment if the new owners of the Alpart bauxite facility in Nain, St. Elizabeth, are allowed to build a proposed 1,000 megawatt coal-fired power plant, according to the Jamaica Environment Trust, JET. Also making the news on this day in 2016, Bolt saying, I'm excited and nervous, sprint star gearing up to make history at last Olympics. In 2017, on this day, the headline was, I'm here to win. We'll come back to that in a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:45. Search 1% and full cream for the entire family. You know, 100% and chocolate milk. Fuel the kids with energy. Let's go. Full with milk and lactose free. Fit on healthy body with fat free. Search has a milk for that. Search has a milk for that. For your family, we've got a milk for that. The lactose free got a milk for that. Nutrition for kids got a milk for that. We've got a milk for that.
Surge, a milk for everyone.
It's time to save at May's Towels and Bathroom Supplies on paints, bathroom basins, bathtubs, faucets, and everything you need to enhance your home. May's Towels and Bathroom Supplies. Shop 1 to 4 James Avenue, Ocho Rios. Call 876-974-6972. Personalized customer service is our mission.
The Jamaica 60 Independence Village goes gospel this Thursday, August 4 with Jamaica Praise. The Jamaica 60 Gospel Concert night to sing and praise with gospel's leading lights. Kevin Downswell, Rhoda Isabella, Sister Pat, Kukudu, Carleen Davis, Jai Kingston, and many, many more. Jamaica Praise. The Jamaica 60 Gospel Concert this Thursday, August 4, 8 p.m. inside the Jamaica 60 Independence Village National Stadium Complex. It's free. Come and be blessed.
Gen Zers, we're back. Gen Z returns with a new look, fresh faces, hot topics, and a whole new vibe. We're talking finance, dating, dancehall. You think it? We discuss it. You don't want to miss it. So join us Saturdays at 10 a.m. on Power 106 FM and 6:30 p.m. on TVJ. Gen Z, a show for the youths, by the youths.
Tune in to Power 106 FM for Milestones in Nationhood, short features that examine 60 significant milestones in Jamaica's history and development as Jamaica celebrates 60 years of independence, from pre-independence to political independence. Formation of the Jamaican society and people. It all comes together in Milestones in Nationhood, weekdays 12:30 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, the story of Jamaicans at home and abroad. Here's a message from Clifford. He says, Hi, Dervan. I'm in dreamland right now when I remember 1962 festival street dance. Kingston was crime-free, so my friends and myself started dancing from downtown Parade, then to Crossroads, to Halfway Tree, to Constant Springs Square, then to Stony Hill and Lawrence Tavern. We would come back to Barbican, Four Roads, head over to Papine, and then head home. Dervan, I'm talking about reaching home 2 o'clock in the morning without any fear. We had my cousin's van. I was about 16 years old. Isn't street dance dead? Jamaicans, think about it. Keep the fire burning, Dervan. There is hope. Happy independence. Thank you very much, Clifford, for your message on WhatsApp. The WhatsApp line is the same as the text line, 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. When is Independence Day, asks Carol Malcolm. Independence Day is Saturday, Carol Malcolm. Saturday, this Saturday, the 6th of August, is Independence Day. Norman Hines says, good afternoon, Sir Dervan, Malcolm, and listeners. Good afternoon to you too, Norman Hines in St. Thomas. Anthony Davis says, hello, Mr. Malcolm. Was at the Ranny Williams Entertainment Center waiting for the float to start on Emancipation Day. But to my surprise, I didn't see where the Ranny Williams Entertainment Center got a facelift for the Diamond Jubilee. I saw where the property looking very rundown and badly needing painting all over. I also went to use the bathroom and saw where the bathroom was in a very deplorable condition. It seems to me that this government does not really take upkeeping very serious, says Anthony Davis. Thank you very much for your message, Anthony Davis. It's one of those perennial problems in Jamaica when it comes to maintenance. We don't do very well on that score. Maintenance, something we have to work on going forward as a 60-year-old nation. Maintenance is key. Maintenance is key. Let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. We were sharing with you the story from the front page of the Gleaner in 2017. I'm here to win was the headline, quoting Usain Bolt, surrounded by bobbies at the World Championships in London. Bolt, looking forward to giving Jamaica great birthday present. Hashtag Light on Corruption was a series previewed on the Gleaner's front page on this day in 2007. The subject, has public sector accountability changed much since the 1970s? Has public sector accountability changed much since the 1970s? That was the question on the Gleaner's front page on this day in 2017. Also, attorney at law Kent Gammon, pointing to well-known cases across the landscape of Jamaica's history as he considered the impact of corruption and argued for the swift approval of the Integrity Commission legislation. In a special article written for the Gleaner's Focus on Corruption in Society and published on page B7, he said it is the DPP's disastrous success record in prosecuting corrupt individuals that has created this sense of hopelessness in curbing corruption in Jamaica. This is an abdication of responsibility for our children's future, he said. Also, on this day in 2018, the photo of the day in the Gleaner was that of Senior Superintendent of Police Gary Francis trying to calm residents of Coburn Gardens who blocked sections of Hagley Park Road in St. Andrew, protesting the killing of a man in the community, allegedly by the police, the previous day. Also making the news, prices down, but missed inflation target triggers talks with IMF board. According to the story, the Bank of Jamaica, BOJ, has partly attributed a sharp decline in domestic food prices to the 2.8% outturn in inflation for June, a deviation from the 3.5% to 6.5% target under Jamaica's standby agreement with the International Monetary Fund, IMF. The deviation means a breach of the inflation band limit and will automatically trigger consultation with the IMF's executive board about the reasons for the digression and the proposed policy response. The fall in agricultural prices, which was not foreseeable, accounted for the biggest part of the inflation outturn, Senior Deputy Governor of the Bank of Jamaica, John Robinson, told the Gleaner. Also reported on this day in 2018, Finance Minister blasts Paulwell over demands to drop SCT on fuel. That's a special consumption tax on fuel. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark blasted the opposition spokesman on energy, Philip Paulwell, for demanding that the government remove the special consumption tax SCT on fuel used to hedge against price increases. Paulwell has made repeated calls for the SCT removal amid increases in the price of the commodity. The opposition spokesman has argued that since there is no longer a hedge, the tax, which was imposed in 2015 by the Simpson-Miller administration, should be removed. According to Mr. Paulwell, despite the Jamaican people paying to the government approximately $6.4 billion a year in a special tax on fuel designed to pay for a hedge insurance against oil prices, the government, Mr. Paulwell said, is collecting the tax revenue and has ended the oil hedge and has left the consumers at the mercy of the worsening oil market as the price of oil products such as petrol continues to rise at the gas stations locally. However, Dr. Clark, in a series of Twitter posts, said that the SCT had never been solely used to fund a hedge. Reasonable minds can disagree on policy, but don't play with the facts. They are pretending as if all of the SCT that they raised, but only 3.3 billion of that was used to purchase the oil hedge. The finance minister also pointed out that the 2015 hedge covered a small portion of Jamaica's oil import. The finance minister disclosed that some of the money that the Andrew Holness administration was something is missing here, was collected from the SCT, is being used to fund social programs. All right. The agony of autism was the lead story in the Sunday Gleaner on this day in 2019. And in 2020, no free-for-all. Judges rule there must be limits on freedom of expression in Dreadlock's case. According to the story, the lawsuit challenging a decision by Jamaican public school not to enroll a then 5-year-old girl because of her dreadlocks is about self-expression and not religious rights and freedoms. The panel of judges also nudged lawmakers to consider enacting legislation governing dress codes in public schools. Has that happened yet? And the story goes on. So those are some of the stories down the years. Again, they help us to put things in perspective more often than not, don't they? When we look back at what was happening whenever in Jamaica. So it is. 1999, in a swift response to the factory closure, the Jamaica, and this was the closure of the Gitano of Jamaica, otherwise known as Fruit of the Loom. And on this day, 1999, more than exactly 539 of those workers lost their jobs. And in a swift response to the factory closure, the Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, slammed the government for presiding over a business environment that was so hostile to investment that even the most efficient investors had to close their doors and seek alternative offshore locations for manufacturing. According to the JLP General Secretary Audley Shaw, it was the overall uncompetitiveness of the Jamaican environment with high interest rates, high cost of utilities, high cost of security, and other overheads combined with a high crime rate that combined to make Jamaica totally unattractive to foreign and local investors. That was 1999. 1999. On this day in 1978, P.J. Patterson was appointed Deputy Prime Minister, replacing David Corr, and Ernest Peart's appointment as Jamaica's High Commissioner to the United Kingdom was announced. Also, on this day in 1973, Patsy Yuen, a sales executive and professional model, was crowned Miss Jamaica 1973 at the finals of the annual beauty contest at the National Arena, succeeded Miss Jamaica 1972 Gail Phillips. Lennox Ann Miller, a trainee teacher, was crowned Miss Independence 1973. So this is the contest they used to have before the Festival Queen competition, because this was 1973, and the Festival Queen competition in its newest iteration at the time, 1975, became the competition for the Festival Queen competition. Let's go to the break and come back.
At Wellington Dental, they offer cleaning, filling, whitening, and other services for the entire family. The time by Wellington Dental is
4 o'clock.
Farmers, come for a candid conversation with the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, the Honorable Colonel Charles Jr. Learn more about the agricultural sector and the role we all play with its development. That's a Morning with the Minister, every second and fourth Friday of every month during Farm Talk with Alfie McKenzie, right here on Power 106 FM.
¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 4. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 4 heures. 现在几点了？4点. 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you had a checkup lately? If not, now is a good time. Let's not wait till we get sick to get a checkup. How about that? Checking in with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. If you thought Jamaicans just got unruly, just became unruly the other day, think again. Look at this. 1969. Impatient and unruly guests, and these were of a certain class, apparently. Impatient and unruly guests. This is 1969 in Jamaica. Impatient and unruly guests attending the Independence reception at Jamaica House invaded, notice the word, invaded the area where snacks were being prepared and grabbed half-cooked slices of steak, then turned their attention to the bar, where they pushed the bartenders aside and took bottles of rum, whiskey, gin, and vodka. They were also seen later walking on the driveway to the gate and across the lawns to their cars, guzzling the drinks from these bottles. Can you picture that happening in Jamaica today? I don't know, maybe. Is that just something in us? Goodness. And that was 1969. That was 1969. Let's see. 1969, Clinton McGann, poultry farmer of Mavis Bank, St. Andrew, who won the National Champion Award in 1968, was declared winner of the 1969 contest at the Denbigh Showground. So that was that farmer, the champion farmer, I think that's what it was. I think that's what it was. All right, listen to this one now. 1968. This might seem unbelievable, but apparently it's true. It happened. 1968, a 54-year-old Jamaican who took a medical examination when she applied for a job at a Toronto hospital in Canada was found to have in her abdomen an unborn baby, which she had carried for 9 years without knowing she was pregnant. The baby was dead and was calcified. She informed the doctors that she stopped menstruating 9 years before, but doctors had not then found any evidence of pregnancy. This is extraordinary. 1968, a 54-year-old Jamaican who took a medical examination when she applied for a job at a Toronto hospital in Canada was found to have in her abdomen an unborn baby, which she had carried for 9 years without knowing she was pregnant. The baby was dead and calcified. She informed the doctors that she stopped menstruating 9 years before, but doctors had not then found any evidence of pregnancy. That's remarkable. And so the baby was dead and calcified. And let's just give you the essence of this word, calcify. Harden by deposition of or conversion into calcium carbonate or another insoluble calcium compound. That was 1968. Can we give you one more or two more? What time is it? Yeah, let's give you a couple more. In the meantime, though, we're still taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. The text line, same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your WhatsApp messages, your text messages, your voice notes, but you can call us on WhatsApp as well. That number is 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. 1955 in Jamaica. An application from Esso Standard Oil for erecting a service station at 1.5 South Camp Road was rejected by the KCC's building committee when a neighbor complained that the station would rob him of the sea breeze he then enjoyed. And we have another one for you. Just a moment. This is both sides of the story. Power 106 FM. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Somewhat mixed.
But the line is not so clear, though. I'm not sure. Can you do anything on your side to help? We're not hearing you clearly.
Right, let me stop. Somewhat mixed. You hear me now?
It's not clear. Is it possible to just hang up and call us back? Just hang up and call.
You hear me now?
That's a little better.
Good. My reason for calling, you see? I had an experience recently, Monday, whereby my wife's car was confiscated by the police, right? Right, somebody was driving it, and the reason for them to confiscate, they're saying that the life of this itself is somewhat obscure. Right, so if this happened at Aki Village, Aki Village in Portmore?
Yes.
Right, and so they took the car to the town, which is 2 kilometers away, which is the extent that is, which is about 2.3 kilometers away, right?
Yes.
Now, when when I went the following day to check on the car and to get the necessary so that the process for release can be done, lo and behold, the fee for the record is $25,000.
Uh-oh.
It's about 2 kilometers away.
Oh dear.
$25,000. So I am asking, who regulates the record charging fee?
Ah, that's a good question. That's a good question.
Right, because the thing is, I was upset, and so I went to the, naturally I went to the Eastern Road and then to the Transport Authority, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was inquiring from them, who regulate them? They are saying they are not responsible. But at the same time, it was the Transport Authority rep who gave me the bill to take to the record company.
So it sounds like a case of passing the buck.
That's it. And I mean, if I don't pay the record company $25,000, I can't get the vehicle. So is it that the Transport Authority and the police are in the same have the same responsibility as far as I'm concerned?
Good question. We're gonna have to see who we can talk with from Transport Authority. I don't know who is heading that organization. No, there was a controversy recently about the incumbent head of Transport Authority.
Right. So I don't understand, because if it is that the Transport Authority is the one who hands me the receipt, is they party to the whole thing?
Yes, they should be able to tell you who on the basis on which record fees are arrived at.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And if you look at the website, for them, they mention record, they mention all those things too. So I am posing, and I know there are three of us who are the same problem. One of the guys also is a vehicle was told that the record have a vehicle on it, and there's another vehicle on it, and his car was $20,000. So you can imagine, one trip for 2 kilometers for 2 cars, they collected $40,000.
Oh. So how does that, you had to pay the money on spot?
No, when you go to Lakespen, the Transport Authority rep give you that bill.
Oh.
That bill, right.
Which you take, where do you take it now after that?
To the record company. And then now, when you pay to the record company, you then go to Elliston Road now.
To retrieve the vehicle?
No, for them to sign off for you to go to Transport Authority next.
Oh, I see.
And when you go to Elliston Road, they don't sign it, until after 3 to 3. And at 3 o'clock, the Transport Authority closed. So you have to pay another day in terms of for the police.
Oh dear. It's one of the reasons, and I know we don't live in a perfect world, but it's just one of the reasons I try my best. I drive like a senior citizen. I just try because I don't want to be involved in anything having to do with police, transport authority, record, this and that. I mean, when I drive past, there's a place on Lyndhurst Road. There's a pound there as well, where you can see vehicles, where it's obvious that some of those vehicles, a lot of them have been there forever. People just don't ever go back for them. Some of them.
Right, because Mr. Dervan, there's a support for the vandalism in respect to the record system. It is impossible for one to pay $25,000 for a 2-kilometer transportation.
Yes.
It is fee-free. What I'm saying is keep the Transport Authority working on behalf of all of us in this country. Isn't we who pay them? So why should they refuse to protect us in circumstances like this? Because I'm sure no tax, no GCP is paid by those record company. So they're going to call those money in there. And the government support it.
Yes.
It is totally wrong. It is totally wrong.
The thing is, we're not a litigious country like the United States of America, for example, where they test certain things in court. Right. And so maybe that is what is needed to get some kind of a system or standard when it comes on to these matters.
But we are not running a banana republic, sir. We are not running a banana republic. There must be some regulation for the record charges. There must be some regulation.
Yes. Well, I'll see what I can find out, but it does help if you have an idea as to the basis on which certain costs are.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Just like taxi. Just like they have the taxi. A $10, for example, for a particular mile beyond a pattern. There must be something like that. So we can't have two fancy away for any recommend to those. Put a figure on the cost, and then you have to pay. You know, and then what I charge is facilitated because they collect it from the record company and they give it to you from the record company, so they are part and parcel of the whole thing too.
Yeah.
You know, and what's also so strange, you know, so when I went to collect, when I left Elliston Road and I went to collect went to pay a matter of fact, went to pay the poundage that is the daily rate that the transportation charge at the office. What's so strange about it, they're saying that I can't pay for it because I am not the owner of the car. What a piece of madness, huh? You go there to pay the money, you know, not to collect. Because if you are not the owner, you cannot collect the car or the pound. So but you can go to the...
Sorry, one moment, please. We need to take another break.
Okay,
you're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:15.
Que hora es en español? Son las 4:15. Quelle heure est-il en français? Il est 4h15. 现在几点了？4点15分. 15 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you done your homework yet? Yes, young people, we know it's holiday time, summer break, but you know what we always say, even when school is out, homework is always in, because homework is about preparation, and proper preparation prevents poor performance. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. And as we always say, young people, socialization makes you educable, education makes you trainable, training makes you employable, and the right attitude makes you successful. Homework time, young people. Yes, sir. I see someone here saying, Hyacinth on Facebook Live saying probably they have a standard rate.
Well, we need to see that rate should be published because I'm sure I and many other motorists are experiencing the same problem because sometimes it's not a matter of you negligent, you know, because it's obscure. Sometimes you certain things you cannot abide. It's unfortunate sometimes. But another thing, sir, which is puzzling, and I find it like stupid. My wife was not able to go to the transport authority to pay the poundage, the cost for the vehicle towing at the pound, right?
Mm-hmm.
I went on her behalf just to pay the money, you know, just to pay the money and then to get the receipt so that she can in turn go to the pound to have it collected. The lady, I'm about to think about it. You were saying that I cannot pay because I cannot collect the vehicle. And I said, no, I know I cannot collect the vehicle. All I want to do is to pay the money. The man said, don't like, no, it can't work. You know, I had to stand up.
So did you ask him what could work? Because I know we're very quick to say what cannot be done in a lot of our business places, public and private. But did he say what could be done or what should be done?
Not at all. All what he was saying is that I cannot give you because you're not the owner of this one. I said, no, man, let me speak to the supervisor. Let me speak. He was saying, step on and I said, no, don't dismiss me. Let me speak to the supervisor. Eventually sent me around. And luckily, there was one lady to me, she's a supervisor. She worked it out somehow. Mm-hmm. And I was able to pay the money and take the receipt to my wife and she go and get the car. And I was saying to myself, my gosh, in today's day, where is the common sense? Mm-hmm. Where is the common sense? Why can't somebody pay for the ticket and then carry the receipt to the owner or whoever responsible? That doesn't make sense, huh?
Yeah, well, sometimes what is done as well is they ask that if somebody is going to do business on your behalf in that respect, that you get a letter from the person, some kind of a letter, maybe plus the person's ID or some other form of documentation, so that they can ensure that you do in fact have permission to do what you say you're going to do.
I understand somewhat, but when you go to the tax office, I can carry any people to the tax any vehicle people tax office and buy a fee, buy a license fee, buy a fitness fee, and there's no issue. So what's the difference?
That's a good question. What's the difference?
What's the difference? I'm not saying something. I'm not thinking out it properly. And sometimes I tell you, these persons who are running and making these rules are not thinking. Mind you, some of them are doing the job well. But as it is right now, sir, I'm asking you, sir, please could you find out where is the regulation that controls the transport the motor vehicle when it is seized by the police? Where is that regulation? Where is that listing, price listing, so that the general public can know, say, yes, my car is founded. This is what I'm expected to pay. Not for any record, different record men just put in a figure and then you go there. It's like them robbing you. It's like robbing you blind. And we're not in a banana republic. We're a modern Jamaica. That needs to be done. So I'm asking you, could you please find out from the authority what it is what is being done to control this robbery, I should say, sir.
All right, let's see if we can get in touch with Canute here of the Island Traffic Authority.
Yes, sir. Thank you much. And I continue to listen to your program.
Thank you. Take care.
Okay, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. We were just trying to reach Canute here, but we got voicemail. We'll have to try again. Maybe he has some idea of the policy, the arrangement, the regulation with respect to impounded motor vehicles, or the use of a wrecker to impound a motor vehicle. We'll try him again. In the meantime, let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Let's see now. Here's another message coming in. This one says, "Good day, Dervan. Be careful with the stereotype. I drive like a senior citizen. There's an 80-plus woman in my church who who drives fast, and as they say, like a man. She has more energy and still runs a farm. She's the secretary of many groups. She's a member of the Council of Senior Citizens and a JP. In fact, I thought about that the moment I said it. Not that I know of her, because you're sharing the information now, but I have no doubt that there are those, and I should know better than that there are those who fall into that category of senior citizens, and they tend, let's just say, they tend to move at a fair clip. So there is that as well. But essentially the point I'm making is I'm super careful when I'm on the road. I really don't take any chances. And if it's going to take me a few minutes extra just to avoid what I see as a potential scenario, I'm going to do it. And so that's what I mean. I'm super careful because I really don't have the time for that kind of a back and forth thing and what you need to do because you were traveling or driving without this or that. I don't ever want to be caught in that situation. And so I try my best to ensure that my documents are always up to date, and that I'm paying attention to the road signs and the markings and the no parking areas and the yellow on the side, painting on the sidewalk, etc. Because it seems to me that's the best way to navigate the traffic environment. Just try and do it as safely as possible. When you get home, you can relax at home and have fun and do whatever. But once you're on the road, that's not time for fun. It's not time to be texting and driving. It's not time to be trying to watch the latest TikTok video while driving. It's just not on. And my thing is, all of these things, the devices are so set up now that you're not going to miss anything. You're not going to miss anything because you can always go back. It's the same thing with TV these days. You can record the programs using the digital DVR, digital video recorder. So if there's something more important happening, instead of trying to split your attention with what is supposed to be more important than watching whatever you want to watch, whether it's Netflix, some series, notice how they hook people. It's the same principle from the soap opera days, Dynasty, Falcon Crest, Dallas. It's the same principle they're using, if we can call it a principle, which is to bring you in on a story and then to bring the story to an end after about 45 minutes, and then to preview what's the next part, the next segment, the next chapter, the next phase, or the next the sequel, whatever it is. And so everybody now becomes curious. They want to know what happens next. So people are glued to Netflix, and they have other important matters to do, but they're just glued to the series. And I'm saying, but you can watch it anytime. So you can just pause that or just turn off the TV, go and deal with the more important matter and get on with your life. When you have a little more time now where you can relax a bit and watch your series and binge watch, as they say, then by all means. But some people behave as if the world is going to come to an end if I don't watch this right now, or if I don't send this text message right now, but not while you're driving. The technology allows for a level of convenience, and it's something I don't think we employ effectively enough in order to maximize our productivity as individuals. Sharon Richards says, good afternoon, Sir Malcolm and all listeners out there. One love to you too, Sharon Williams. I beg your pardon, Sharon Richards in Savannah, Lamar, Westmoreland. Inez Iona Campbell says, wow, 9 years carrying a dead baby in her stomach. Whatever happened to her, Sir Dervan? Well, she was still alive. She was very much still alive. And she lived on. She lived on. Mikey Jarrett says, Thursday afternoon, blessings and a blessed love, my brother Dervan Malcolm from Brooklyn, New York. Good to have you on board. Thanks as usual, Mikey Jarrett in Brooklyn, New York. Good to have you. Thank you. Here's another of the messages. And by the way, thank you, the person who sent us the message about your church sister or a lady at your church who is a fast driver. I hope you have counseled her from time to time to watch her driving. This one says, good afternoon, Brother Dervan. You drive like a glasses person at night when the neon light is on. You drive like a glasses person at night when the neon light is on. And she's shared an emoji, a laughing emoji. Come again, moralist. We didn't get that one. That one missed us. Come again, moralist. All right, let's keep. Thank you very much for your message, but we still don't get it. Natalie Winter in Washington Gardens says, good afternoon, all. Happy birthday, Nico. Best wishes for you on your special day. That's Nico Don having a birthday today. Elton Gordon, good afternoon to you. Thank you very much for joining us as well. Good to have you on board, and all the very best. Now, someone asked earlier on when is Independence Day. And I would imagine the person was asking the question on the basis of trying to confirm, perhaps, trying to confirm that the day, the whether Monday would be a holiday. No, it's not, because Independence Day fell on or falls on a Saturday, not a Sunday, a Saturday. It falls on a Saturday. If it were a Sunday now, then it would be observed on the Monday. So that is that. Now, we tend to have a bit of a bias, don't we, when it comes on to festival songs as opposed to gospel festival. We pay a lot of attention to those who enter. In fact, I don't know if do we have the gospel song winner on our list? We perhaps could check. Daniel Main. Let's see if we have Daniel Main, JCDC Star Gospel winner. Well, whether or not we have Daniel Main, we have a scheduled interview coming up right after this break. But in the meantime, we'll see if we can find Daniel Main's JCDC gospel song, winning gospel song. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:30. Farmers, see it ya! Saita is here for a wide range of crops. Saita is a highly concentrated double-action fertilizer that corrects calcium deficiencies and also strengthens the plant's immune system against diseases. Saita is environmentally friendly and
Seeing
no
anything?
toxic effects on the crops when used as recommended. Saita, available at farm stores island-wide. Ask for it. Distributed by Caribbean Chemicals, Jamaica. The Jamaica 60 Independence Village goes gospel this Thursday, August 4, with Jamaica Praise. The Jamaica 60 Gospel Concert Night to sing and praise with gospel's leading lights. Kevin Downswell, Rhoda Isabella, Sister Pat, Kukudu, Carlene Davis, Jai Kingston, and many, many more. Jamaica Praise. The Jamaica 60 Gospel Concert is Thursday, August 4, 8 p.m. inside the Jamaica 60 Independence Village National Stadium Complex. Admission is free. Come and be blessed.
In need of a locksmith? Call Lock Safe and Vault Limited, the experts in the business, specializing in safes, vault doors, cash protector units, locks, crowd control, and locksmith services. Lock Safe and Vault Limited, 40 Shortwood Road, Kingston 8. Telephone 924-555023 or 924-01245. Shagor Aggregates Limited, provider of washed and sieved sand, crushed stones, and vibrated blocks for over 25 years. Shagor Aggregates Limited.
You have her?
Visit them at 23 Paisley Avenue, Nathan Clarendon.
It's a female. Yeah. You found the song?
They can supply your construction needs.
My name search.
Village goes
Just
gospel
check.
this Thursday, August 4, with Jamaica Praise. The Jamaica 60 Gospel Concert Night to sing and praise with gospel's leading
AYNE, no.
Rhoda Isabella, Sister Pat, Kukudu, Carlene Davis, Jai Kingston,
No.
many more. Jamaica Praise. The Jamaica 60 Gospel Concert is Thursday, August 4, 8 p.m. inside the Jamaica 60 Independence Village National Stadium Complex. Admission is free.
You wanna try YouTube?
Tune in to Power 106 FM for Milestones in Nationhood, short features that examine 60 significant milestones in Jamaica's history and development as Jamaica celebrates 60 years of independence, from pre-independence to political independence and the formation of the Jamaican society and people. It all comes together in Milestones in Nationhood, weekdays 12:30 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Gen Zers, we're back! Gen Z returns with a new look, fresh faces, hot topics, and a whole new vibe.
Don't have one with her alone, no?
Dating, dancehall.
Okay.
You think it? We discuss it. You don't want to miss it. So join us Saturdays at 10 a.m. on Power 106 FM and 6:30 p.m. on TVJ. Gen Z, a show for the youths
Spidey.
Under the Law helps you to know your rights and how the laws of Jamaica can help you defend those rights. We've been doing it for 50 years, and that's right. The program is brought to you on Wednesdays by the Bank of Jamaica, building an inclusive economy. Under the Law at 6:45 and 8:55 a.m. and at 4 and 9:55 p.m. Wednesdays on Power 106 FM.
Nothing.
I need a naughty dreads and all of Ireland. Come jump this up festival. Different neighbors, singing, jumping, shouting. Everybody dance with me. Tourists and all the pretty girls come sing this up festival. Everybody naughty dreads and all of Ireland. Come jump this up festival.
This is odd. Oh. 2020. This is not good. Oh.
I'm dreaming of a new Jamaica, a land of peace and love. Some say they cannot see no hope, that's why they keep us now. I know it's hope from here, that's why I wrote this song. So let me give you all the freedom love. As I sing this song, all of the freedom love. As I sing this song, now let's sing la 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 la
By her? With the song? Yeah. 32. Oh, what you found is just 30 seconds. Oh, no, we only want her. All right, so let's just play it then. Y ahora es en español, son las 5:24. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 5:24. 现在几点了？5点加24分。24 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Do you know where your children are? Are they where they're supposed to be? Doing what they're supposed to be doing? It's a good time to check up on our children. It's a good time for us to show some respect and give some love to the JCDC Gospel Star winner for 2022. After all, as mother would say, she knows Smarty Picnic too. So we have given a lot of play to the festival songs and to past songs, etc. This afternoon, at this time, we want you to hear the JCDC Gospel Star winner for 2022. Let's hear the song first, and then we'll come back and speak with the JCDC Gospel Star, Daniel Main.
I need just a little more Jesus. I need just a little more. Yeah, I need just a little more Jesus. I need just a little more.
church tonight. Hey, I need just a little more Jesus. Hey, you need just a little more Jesus. Hey, we need just a little more Jesus. Hey, to help me along. I got too mad and I said too much, went too far and I almost was. No, my mama never raised me that way. Lord, I need a little help today. I'm way too sad and I'm gone too long. I can't keep saying everything's just wrong. Yes, my life is way too hard. Too hard for God that I need just a little more Jesus. Yeah, to help me along the way. How's that working? How's that home? Won't everybody just leave me alone? I can't get you because I'm trying to fit in. Trying to find help so I'm on my knees to the inside. Not enough time, ain't no way more prayer. These times it's so hard to correct. Get that more I love so much that I do. Yeah, I need just a little more Jesus. I need just a little more Jesus. Yeah, help me along the way. Oh my God, help me along the way. Yeah, help me along the way.
Thank you so much for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, here on Power 106 FM. So we've searched through our system to find the Gospel Star song, the JCDC Gospel Star winner, Daniel Main, and we're going to have to ensure that we're able to get that recording tomorrow, all things being well. Daniel, so sorry. Good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon. I am blessed, thank God. How are you?
I am fine, thanks.
Wonderful.
No, we really wanted to use the opportunity this afternoon to feature you and your song, but we're having a bit of a technicality.
Okay.
And but in the meantime, while we have you online, can you remind us, those who know, and enlighten those who don't, of the reason why you decided to enter the competition?
Okay. Good evening, listeners. All right. So I'm Daniel Main. Okay. I didn't enter myself for the competition. However, a friend of mine, she entered me, and being in the competition, it has been one that I really and truly enjoyed. There were times when, you were good because practice were going well and all of that, but then there were times that you had down periods. And, this process, it has taught me a lot. It has stretched me so much to the point where I know, okay, before going in, so I was timid about some stuff. So now, being in the competition, going through the competition, I was stretched to the point where there is nothing now I don't see myself conquering.
Uh-oh. Lost the connection there. Sorry about that. That's Daniel Main, the JCDC Gospel Song winner, Gospel Star. And looks like we definitely will have to reschedule. We thought we had the song in our system, the actual recording, because but we'll try to reconnect. Hello? Sorry about that. Right.
Okay. So I was saying that I really didn't enter myself, but I really thank the young lady who saw my talent and her name is Jordan Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she saw my talent and she decided that, I'm going to enter you for this competition, and I'm so grateful that she did. Because look where it landed me, thank God.
Yes. Can you tell us about your song and how it came about?
Well, it's not an original. There's a twist to the competition this year, from last year actually. So we don't enter with our original song. We, for the 4 weeks that we're there, we do different genres and we sing songs that other artists have written. However, the song I Need a Little More Jesus, it was originally done by Erica Campbell from the US. Right.
Right. So how did the competition itself go in terms of how was it structured?
Okay, for the first week, we had an opportunity to choose a song of our choice. For the second week, we did gospel reggae. For the third week, we did traditional along with a gospel festival song from the past. And then for the finals, we did a song that we did great at throughout the season, or we'd call it our favorite song. Each week, from week 1 to week 3, 3 persons were eliminated. In the week 3, 1 person from the 6 that was eliminated from the past week, 1 person came back. So we ended with 5 persons at the finals.
Hold on one moment. Tell us some more after the break. Listeners, we're trying to use the opportunity of this Emancipendence period to ensure that nobody is left out in terms of those who have contributed to the festivities of the season, not least of all the Gospel Star, JCDC Gospel Star competition. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:45. The Jamaica 60 Independence Village goes gospel this Thursday, August 4, with Jamaica Praise. The Jamaica 60 Gospel Concert, night to sing and praise with gospel's leading lights. Kevin Downswell, Rhoda Isabella, Sister Pat, Kukudu, Carlene Davis, Jai Kingston, and many, many more. Jamaica Praise. The Jamaica 60 Gospel Concert this Thursday, August 4, 8 p.m. inside the Jamaica 60 Independence Village National Stadium Complex. Admission is free. Come and be blessed.
Under the Law helps you to know your rights and how the laws of Jamaica can help you defend those rights. We've been doing it for 50 years, and that's right. The program is brought to you on Wednesdays by the Bank of Jamaica, building an inclusive economy. Under the Law at 6:45 and 8:55 a.m. and at 4 and 9:55 p.m. Wednesdays on Power 106 FM.
¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 5:14. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 5:14. 现在几点了？5点加14分。14 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Good afternoon to all working Jamaicans tuned into both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. It's a good time for us to ask ourselves, how productive have we been today? How productive have we been today? Well, we've been featuring, as we said earlier on, festival songs, past, present, plus those in the most recent last-minute festival song competition. And plus, we've been highlighting some of the other events happening during this time, Denby extensively, and obviously the other activities happening right now and to come. And we felt that we really, really should be hearing more, and wondering why we're not hearing more about and from this year's winner as far as the gospel JCDC Gospel Star competition is concerned, the Jamaica Gospel Star competition. So we are delighted to have Daniel. We really wanted to have the mastered copy of her recording, so to speak, but we just had to use the one that we have in the interest of time and just wanting to get her in this week. And so we are promising Daniel that we are going to get that digital copy, and we'll make sure we have you back on air whenever we're able to do that. Hopefully sooner than later, maybe as early as tomorrow. In the meantime, though, Daniel, you were going through the process and telling us that it takes, I think you said you were at a point where it was 5 of you?
Yes, it was.
Mm-hmm.
That was the last week.
Yes.
So it was 5 of us. One person was saved by grace.
Mm-hmm.
So that person made up to 5 of us. So we did one song, which was our season favorite. Yeah, man. And then after what we did was, after we were called on, and then the top 3 was called out. Top 3 was Regina Campbell, Chantal Smalling, and Daniel Main.
Mm-hmm. So what was the feeling? What was the mood? What was the thinking at that stage? You moved from top 5 to top 3.
Well, what was done was all 5 was on the stage. So the 3rd place was called and the 2nd place was called.
Oh, that's how it was done. Mm-hmm.
Right. So I was standing there with 3 other persons.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, God, I did my best, so you do the rest.
Oh, I love that. God, I did my best, so you do the rest.
Yes. I was there because I must tell you that it was 9 beautiful contestants, awesome voices. And so, persons with their talents plus the votes and all of that, and everyone did well. So I was there, I was saying, oh my God. And the nerves being up there in the competition. And when I heard my name call, I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. A great feeling. It was a wonderful feeling. You have accomplished something so great. You have ministered to people and people decide to spend their money to vote for you. You understand? And the fact that you have accomplished something so wonderful, it comes with such joy. And I am grateful to Jamaica for voting. And most of all, I am grateful to God for the opportunity.
Amen to that.
Amen.
And so what's the plan now? Because I gather, apart from your $1 million prize, there is also an opportunity to record as well, recording opportunity. Mm-hmm.
There is, and also a music video.
Nice.
So as soon as that is finished,
and that's going to be for this song?
No, that will be my original song, because this song is not an original. The song that you played just now, it's not an original.
Right.
So I would have to write a song and then that would be done. But after that, I am also planning on going to the Edna Manley School of the Performing Arts.
Mm-hmm. To sharpen your skills.
Right. Right. Also, I decided on getting a vocal coach,
All right.
I believe that the sky and past the sky is the limit.
Mm-hmm.
There is no limit in greatness.
Yeah.
And I don't want to stop. I want to stretch my voice to just see how best I can grow as a minister of God.
All right. Well, we'll be watching and taking note of your growth and development.
Okay.
And we look forward to hearing from you again. In fact, as whenever you have done that recording, whenever that time comes, rest assured you have a platform here. Anytime, any day, you just ring us up and let us know that you are ready to talk about your new song, or your what would it then be for you? Your first.
My first song.
First, okay. So you haven't started writing yet, have you?
No,
Okay.
I don't ride.
Okay.
It's new for me, but I'm adjusting.
All right. Very good. Well done. I love your trophy as well.
Thank you so much. I love you
Nice.
too.
Yes. Quite spectacular. Well,
Yes.
congratulations to you. As I said, it occurred to us that, hey, hold on, how is it we're doing all the other festival this and festival that, and we haven't done an interview with the winner of the Jamaica Gospel Star. Well, we're happy to have done that this afternoon. As we said, we wanted a cleaner version in terms of the audio, and but we look forward to that time when that moment comes,
Yes.
to have that opportunity to feature you and your very first recording. I hope no one else has gotten that commitment from you just yet.
Don't worry, no one has.
Okay. Well, we want to be the first when it happens.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much for your your magnanimity in terms of how you have graciously and gracefully uh, dealt with all that has happened here in terms of um, and I hope you don't feel like an afterthought, as it were, in terms of
No, I don't. I don't. The competition just ended last week, Saturday.
right. So it's
Yes,
in
I
order.
know.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure, and that personality of yours, that smile, you know, you're. We know that you're going places.
Thank
We
you.
know.
I really
Blessings to you.
appreciate.
All the best.
All right, you take care and thank
You
you.
too. Sure. You're welcome. So there you have it. Daniel Main, listeners, it's true. You know, we're doing all the other things. Mind you, there are those who have been watching it on TV, watching the Jamaica Gospel Star competition on TV and following it in that regard. But I don't know, maybe because I wasn't paying attention, you don't get that sense that gospel is getting that push in terms of the competition itself, and then ultimately once the winner is known. And so we're happy to have reserved a little a space. Not so little. It's been a few minutes now since Daniel was on. So thank you, Daniel. All the best. And what time is it? Almost time to wrap. Let's see. Let's see if we can clear these two remaining messages before we go. Moralist saying, just saying you drive very careful. All right, Moralist, we hear you. Clifford says, Dervan, maybe you could find out why the bauxite companies are not shipping the dirt with the bauxite to Canada instead of washing it in Jamaica. There are lakes and parks in Canada bigger than Jamaica. Rio Cobre cannot handle the washing process. I remember being something or another, the river, completely red before I left Jamaica 50 years ago. All right, Clifford, thank you for sharing your experience with us. Can we thank you once again for the privilege of serving you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story, here on Power 106 FM. For today, Thursday, the 4th of August, 2022, all things being well, Both Sides of the Story returns tomorrow afternoon, 2 to 5. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm reminding all of us that every day is an opportunity to do better than yesterday. Take care.
Girls, coconut water and white rum. I hear some people say they are going away, but if I even leave, I won't be going away to stay. I'm a part Jamaican, I'm a son of the soil. I love the sun, Lord, I love this land. No matter where I go, Jamaica is my home. I love the girls, coconut water and white rum.
I hear some people say they are going away. But if I even leave, I won't be going away to stay. I'm a part Jamaican, I'm a son of the soil. I love the sea, I love the sun, Lord, I love this land. No matter where I go, Jamaica is my home. I love the girls, coconut water, and white rum. I'm a part Jamaican, I'm a son of the soil. I love the sea, I love the sun, Lord, I love this land. Don't matter where I go, Jamaica is my home. I love the girls, coconut water, and white rum. I'm a born Jamaican, I'm a son of the soil. I love the sea, I love the sun, Lord, I love this land. No matter where I go, Jamaica is my home. I love the girls, coconut water, and white rum. I love the girls, coconut water.
You're listening to Pearl 106 FM. The time is now
5 o'clock.
News, comprehensive, powerful, and